After a very rough outing for the offense against the Tennessee Titans, which ended up being a win, the Chicago Bears look to bounce back offensively against the Houston Texans this Sunday, and Sunday Night Football specifically. What's up, guys? Welcome back to SoBack Sports, and I'm so back with another video. And today I'll be going over my predictions and some analysis for the upcoming game this Sunday. But before we get into today's video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really means a lot to the channel. It really helps me create content like this for you guys, so please subscribe. As you can see right here, the matchup predictor predicts that the Houston Texans are going to probably win this game, giving them a 66.5% chance to take this game. And it's pretty likely that's going to happen because, you have CJ Stroud and the rushing attack and Joe Mixon and the wide receiver core, which had a really stellar game against the Indianapolis Colts, which they did struggle a bit, but however, they ended up winning the game in, Texans fashion. And the Chicago Bears have a lot of things they need to work out. Currently Houston is 1-0 and leads the division for the AFC South, where they're in the driver's seat at this point. They have a lot to prove, and they proved it against the division rival. Similarly, the NFC North has three teams with a one win, and Green Bay, let's go, at the bottom. But the Chicago Bears right now have a lot of things to work out before playing against the Texans. You can see right here, as per the injury report, it seems that Zach Pickens, Rome Odunze are questionable. It seems that Rome Odunze could be playing, but I doubt that they're going to risk anything. Jeff Okudah, MJ Stewart, Dalen Horton, all of those players are also very questionable. So, at the end of the day, what am I really getting at for the Chicago Bears? And the Chicago Bears right now have a lot to really question about when it comes to their offense. And I'm specifically talking about Shane Waldron stepping away from what worked in the preseason, which obviously the preseason is very vanilla. But a lot of what made Shane Waldron a good offensive coordinator or a very good offensive coordinator was utilizing two tight end sets, utilizing the tight ends a lot, and scheming well for his quarterback to put him in better situations. And it seemed like he didn't do that this past game against the Titans. It was a lot of, check downs, a lot of plays where it was through tight window coverages. You can say that's a lot on Caleb as well. I'm not putting any blame, moving the blame away from Caleb that he didn't do anything wrong. But, putting in your quarterback who is starting his first game in a better situation would be more ideal. And, drop passes are going to happen, but, key situations like that are out of your control. And, it's all up to Caleb and the offense, really, because the defense, special teams showed out, and you have to show out against a team like this Texans who are well coached, who are well equipped to be a powerhouse team against us. And this is our biggest test, especially in coming in week 2. We had a decent test with the Titans, but we have to come out strong. We have to come out aggressive when it comes to the offense. And how we can really utilize that is utilize a lot of quick slants and, go routes and stuff. And I think our offensive line has to have some blame as well with how they necessarily didn't play well, and especially our interior. Tevin Jenkins has to have a better game. No questions about that. Nate Davis still annoys me, but he did have a good game. But I think that if our offensive line comes out to play, our scheming is on point, I think we'll have a really good shot to win this game and be competitive against a Texans team that is Super Bowl contenders. And I keep stressing that point a lot because this team is, after their rebuild season was pretty much over after last year and how great CJ Stroud was from the start, it's proven to point where now the Chicago Bears turn to do the exact same thing. And with Caleb's debut wasn't the greatest at all, but you got to put that behind you right now and focus to the future. And the future is right now facing against the Texans, where everyone is watching you on Sunday Night Football. And miscues and anything could be detrimental going into the next few games of the season, because that latter half of our schedule is not going to get any easier going forward. And now talking about the defense. The defense, and special teams, they've done really well. Montez Sweat is still a monster. But I also really like Taylor and how he was able to put himself in a great position last game and getting 2 sacks and 1 sack leading to a strip sack fumble. And him just being cool and walking away from it. That was pretty awesome. And being able to cause pressure for CJ Stroud, being able to get past that offensive line for the Houston Texans is going to be very, very crucial to stop a very potential potent offense for the Texans. You have Stephon Diggs to cover. You have Joe Mixon to pressure and try to bring back behind the line of scrimmage. You have a lot of things on your plate, and not even including Tank Dell and Nico Collins as well on the other side. There's a lot of things that the Bears need to really work out. The Kings have to be worked out prior to Sunday, and it's at their home turf as well, and that's not going to be any easier. You won't have your home crowd behind you as well. So there's a lot to really be positive about, but I want to also mention about the running backs as well. DeAndre Swift has to be utilized more properly, whether it's to be a wide receiver role or a receiving role, or just making sure that our offensive line gives up enough gaps for him to make big plays. We saw a little bit of that at the end of the last game, but it seemed like his production was very minuscule, which I'm pretty sure it was 10 carries for 30 yards, which was abysmal for a running back. And then the question is as well, Roschon Johnson, how healthy is he going to be? How healthy is Khalil Herbert going to be? Or how ready is Khalil Herbert going to be for the game? And how well will he be utilized? Again, it comes back to the scheming. And I feel like if the scheming from Shane Waldron goes well, I think we have a really good shot to win this game. If any part of our team falters, I think that just gives an opportunity for the Texans to take this game and blow it out of proportion, which you could say that about any game really, but it comes to, being disciplined, not causing too much penalties, and, doing the right things and making sure Caleb goes through his progressions. That's just very key. And Caleb, you have to get the ball out, which you've been doing. And as long as that happens, as long as he's making the right reads and the wide receivers are catching and Keenan Allen is healthy and is able to catch the balls, I think we're in a good spot. However, do I think that's very likely to happen, or do I think that in a perfect world that could happen? Yes, but this is not a perfect world we live in. And it could be very tough, especially for Caleb going into his second game away and against a real defense. So I will see some hiccups here and there. I'm not saying he's going to have a perfect game. I feel like he's going to have some trouble, but he's still going to have a miles better game, I predict, this time around. So, with better play calling, I think we're going to be fine, but do I think that's likely? Probably not. So, final score, I believe that the Texans win this one 28-21. It's going to be a lot closer, and, our defense is going to help us get to equidistance or within a 1 score. But let me know down in the comments what you think about the score is going to be. Do you think the Bears are going to win? Do you think the Bears are going to lose? And by how much? I would love to read what you guys have to say. Any predictions on Caleb Williams' stat line? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, remember to like and subscribe. And if you are at this point of the video, please subscribe. And thanks for watching, as usual. And I appreciate everyone that's been watching the content recently, especially the podcast. So be on the lookout for more content. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.